So we just took delivery of our Tesla Cybertruck.
Tesla number 17.
Tesla number 17, but it wasn't without a few issues during delivery. So today we want to go ahead and outline with you what were the issues with our Cybertruck and what is going to be the next steps. So a lot of these delivery issues that we found were actually pointed out to us by the employees. They had already gone over the truck and noticed a lot of these, but they wanted to make us aware, and everything is going to be put on a due bill. I've never had Tesla not make something right, so I'm really not worried about it. And none of it really prevented use of the truck. It's all like a little minor cosmetic stuff, and honestly, some of it I don't even really care about. But they wanted to notate it so that they can fix it and make it perfect, which I really appreciate.
First off, we're really happy to report there were absolutely zero paint defects.
Woohoo! So many times we see comments of people complaining about paint defects in their Tesla, but this is a Tesla with zero paint defects. We got them. We're gonna just kind of run through this list really quick so that you guys can be aware of it. First off, let's go ahead and start on the rear bumper side. The tailgate trim on the very top had some scratches in it. And again, Tesla noticed that ahead of time, pointed it out to us, said they already took care of like notating it, and they're gonna go ahead and just replace that plastic piece. But also the rear bumper had a few scratches too, that black plastic as well. And so maybe somebody was a little rough with it when they were loading it onto the truck.
And it's not major, but it is on a brand new vehicle. It shouldn't have those scratches. It is a truck. You're going to get scratches on eventually, but when it's new, it shouldn't have those issues.
But again, they're going to replace both of those pieces.
One other thing we noticed when Eric first sat in the driver's seat is there was a little nick on the steering wheel.
Yeah. So on the left side, there's a little like chunk almost taken out of it. It's very weird. I didn't even notice it at first until I put my hand in the right place and felt how rough it was. But again, I guess we'll be getting a whole new squircle.
Not major, just not perfect. Another issue that I noticed when I first got in the vehicle, there was like a smudge on the passenger visor. And we did work with the service center when we were there. They came out and tried to clean it up. They got most of it gone. I don't know if it's an actual...
Most of it's gone on this side, but under here in that corner, they couldn't get that part off. And it almost looks like it was like rubbed maybe during shipping or something.
Yeah.
And just like removed the Alcantara.
The texture, yeah, because it's like Alcantara and it's kind of missing that soft part there. It's kind of just rough there. So again, not major, but just not perfect.
I mean, if you never pulled down that, I would never know anyway.
It's just that there was some on the front as well, and so not bad.
But on that too, the roof trim. So there's a huge piece of Alcantara trim on this side. I didn't even notice it until I sat in the back. This side sits perfectly flush against the window, whereas this side is down enough to where I can fit maybe a centimeter or so of my finger in there. And while I might be able to fix this and pop it into place, I don't want to break something because I haven't taken any Cybertrucks apart or anything. And I would like them to at least notate it so that if there is a clip not working properly, they can make sure that the factory knows so that they can rectify it for future parts. But again, they'll either put this into place or replace the whole thing.
Also, back over to the driver's side, we noticed when we first started driving, there was a little bit of wind noise from the front of the driver's window. Not huge, but compared to the rest of the cabin and the passengers, all of the other windows, there's no wind noise at all. And the cabin, again, is overall very silent, but once Eric pointed out to me, I could hear that little bit of wind noise there on the driver's side.
It's crazy, though. It's still quieter in here with the wind noise than the other vehicles. But once they are able to either move this trim a little bit or the gasket and seal, it should be even quieter in here.
Also over on the driver's side, Eric noticed when he was adjusting his seat the first time that the driver's side seat buttons, there was like scratches on them. So
yeah, it almost looked like maybe somebody had like a tool in their pocket, maybe when they were like detailing the truck before we picked it up or something, or maybe whoever picked up and transported it maybe had some tools that just like marred that surface, and it's in an unusual spot where I would never expect to see scratches.
Yeah.
And one of the last delivery issues we had with this truck is you've probably seen from all the photos is we don't have any wheel covers. So those Aero wheel covers are not on this truck. And actually, they are on that center screen image. But Tesla has stopped delivering those wheel covers because they are actually rubbing against the tire when you get some compression and rebound in there, and it is kind of like wearing away little sections of the sidewall. And they're going to be redesigning those parts so that they don't affect that sidewall, because at the end of the day, you really don't want that. But I love the look of those, so hopefully they can bring them back in that same style and look.
But overall, I mean, those were all of the issues we had with the Cybertruck. Nothing's really major. Nothing's broken. Again, no paint issues. We did have, when taking delivery of like my Model S back in 2016, I got the call right before delivery saying there was a paint issue with the hatch, and they had to, order parts, and it delayed the delivery, and then they had to move brake lights over, do this and that.
The glass.
Maybe that was it, the glass, maybe not the lights. It was really an inconvenience back then.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything here that delayed delivery or really affected the functionality of the vehicle.
No, and I mean, a lot of the things are very minor, but also you got to remember, they haven't delivered very many of these at all. Maybe 500 to 1,000, if that. So, again, you're going to end up with some, like, little weird things like this as they kind of smooth out the whole supply chain and parts movement, because all these parts, when they get shipped to the factory, they're in special boxes to fit them, and that's why I think it was very important to show them stuff like this, or let them know, because if there is an issue with some of the supply chain parts or shipping or distribution,
or installation process,
exactly, it's important that they know so that they can rectify it for future vehicles. But again, nothing like this was really a big deal to me.
No showstoppers, nothing that would affect functionality or prevent delivery. So it's just minor things, that, especially on a vehicle this price. But even on a $30,000 vehicle, you wouldn't want to have a bunch of scratches when you first get it.
There's also like one part of the windshield wiper, like the first 3 inches are great, and then there's like another 3 inch that doesn't even touch the glass, and then the rest of it's great. So maybe they can tinker with that, or we might need a whole new windshield wiper blade, but it still works very well,
especially in your field of view. This is just really down low, not major. I'm not too worried about it. It would be nice to have them take a look at it.
Yes. A few delivery hiccups. I'm sure you guys will hear about it in a future video, so we figured we might as well make this one and make everyone aware of it, but also in case you are taking delivery of your Cybertruck, maybe a few things to kind of look for. But that's basically it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the Cybertruck so far. I know we've only done a few videos on it so far, but I mean, honestly, I love this almost more than any of our other previous Teslas. And that's saying something, because we've literally been able to have them all basically. So it's a very, very well-built vehicle. Again, though, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you're looking to accessorize your Tesla Model S, X, 3, or Y, and now Rivian, and very soon Cybertruck, definitely check them out. I'll link to down below, and using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. As always, though, a thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Go and click here to subscribe, here for some other ones, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.